Baga town in the northern part of Borno state is swarming with soldiers, just over 2 weeks after fighting between Boko Haram and the military. Local politicians and an emergency relief organization said 200 civilians had been massacred in the crossfire and that their bodies had been dumped in a mass grave, but the military say only 30 died. The media have not been allowed in until now. Fatima Amadu lost 3 of her relatives in the violence and her home was burned down.
We were all asleep when a group of men set fire to our house. Me, my children and grandchildren ran out for our lives. We have lost everything.
But Fatima says she doesn't know how many people were killed in total and knows nothing about a mass grave. Other residents we spoke to said the violence started when Boko Haram fighters attacked villagers and killed a soldier, and the military fought back. The military say only 30 homes were burned down in the violence, but Human Rights Watch say they've watched satellite images that showed more than 2,000 buildings were destroyed in the fighting, some of them by the military.
In Baga,
the military denied burning any homes and showed us weapons they seized from Boko Haram fighters they killed. They say they were only protecting villagers. This is where Boko Haram fighters who died in the violence are buried, and there are not more than 20 graves here. The military say 1 or 2 civilians might have been killed. The military refused to have their faces filmed. They say this is the only graveyard in Baga and that 200 civilians were not killed in the crossfire. So there are no 200 graves?
If there are, look at the whole of the cemetery here. Are they up to 200? Look at it.
And the mass grave people are talking about?
Why the mass grave? Is there anyone that look like mass grave? Is there anyone? Mass grave usually is bigger. But these ones are one man or grave. So why is it?
Back in the main town, some people are trying to go back to their normal way of life, but many are on edge. The military say Boko Haram fighters who escaped have fled into the bush and could be back to attack Baga again. Yvonne Ndege, Al Jazeera, Baga, Nigeria.